Robert Whittaker and Khamzat Chimaev are set to collide at UFC 308 on October 26th in a highly anticipated middleweight bout. With the stakes high, pros are already making their picks on who will emerge victorious in this explosive matchup. Belal Muhammad has been keeping a close eye on the upcoming UFC 308 matchup between Robert Whittaker and Khamzat Chimaev, and when asked for his take on the fight, he didn't hesitate to back Chimaev. Muhammad, known for his wrestling background, sees the fight playing out in favor of Chimaev's grappling and ground game, which he believes will be too much for Whittaker to handle. Belal Muhammad said, "I'm just hoping that they make it a fight day, right? That's one of those fights, I can't wait for it to come, and then to know that it's a week away. It's huge. But for myself, I think I got Khamzat taking him down." In his prediction, Belal points to Whittaker's most recent fight against Dricus du Plessis, where Whittaker was taken down, highlighting potential weaknesses in Whittaker's defense. Muhammad feels Chimaev, with his superior wrestling and submission skills, will capitalize on this and dictate the pace of the fight.
I think I got Khamzat taking him down. I don't know, I have him by submission. We've seen Whittaker get taken down by du Plessis with like a headlock, and Khamzat's wrestling is so good. To see how dominant he has been with wrestling, I think he's going to go in there and do the same exact thing to Whittaker.
Belal Muhammad closes out his analysis by comparing Chimaev to Dricus du Plessis, another wrestler Whittaker previously faced. However, in his view, Chimaev brings more to the table in terms of submission threats and stamina, which could be key factors in this fight. Belal Muhammad added, "Whittaker really hasn't fought somebody that took him down and held him down, except for du Plessis, and that was a more recent fight, so now he has a guy. That's his full game plan, coming in there, shooting on you and taking you down. I think the last guy he fought that was trying to wrestle him was Brunson, but I think Khamzat has more submission threats and better cardio." With this detailed breakdown, Belal paints a compelling picture of why he believes Chimaev's relentless wrestling could prove to be the deciding factor against Whittaker at UFC 308. Belal Muhammad's analysis leans heavily on Khamzat Chimaev's wrestling dominance, but not everyone sees the fight playing out the same way. Another prominent voice weighing in on the fight is UFC featherweight champion Alex Volkanovski, who offers a different perspective on Robert Whittaker's chances. Volkanovski believes that many are overlooking Whittaker's ability to withstand pressure and handle high-caliber opponents, despite the hype surrounding Chimaev. Alex Volkanovski said, "I mean, Robert Whittaker, I'm surprised he's an underdog. I really am. Again, Khamzat is a very good fighter. You know that? He can bring it and he will bring it, especially early. He's going to bring it, and he's got one speed, and that's full on, and he's very dangerous." Volkanovski acknowledges the threat Chimaev poses, particularly in the early stages of the fight, where Chimaev's relentless aggression and pace could overwhelm most opponents. However, he believes Whittaker's preparation and experience will give him the tools to weather that storm and turn the tide as the fight progresses. Volkanovski continued, but I think Robert's going to be well prepared for that, and I think it goes to the later rounds, where I think Robert can take advantage of it. But, I mean, it is going to be a tough first round, 100%, and anyone that faces Khamzat knows that. Volkanovski draws comparisons to Whittaker's past bouts with dangerous wrestlers like Yoel Romero, emphasizing that Whittaker's game plan and preparation have been crucial in overcoming such threats before. He believes the same approach will apply to Chimaev. Volkanovski added, "I guarantee you Robert is well prepared, and there won't be any surprises for him, so he's going to be well prepared. We've seen that against a guy like Romero, who's very dangerous. A good wrestler. When you're well prepared, Robert Whittaker is very hard to stop." With this take, Volkanovski makes it clear that Whittaker's toughness and ability to adapt could be the key factors in surviving Chimaev's early pressure and securing a win in the later rounds. Robert Whittaker is preparing for his highly anticipated bout against Khamzat Chimaev at UFC 308, and he's keenly aware of the narrative surrounding his opponent's stamina and fighting style. As fight week unfolds, Whittaker reflects on the discussions and predictions that have emerged regarding Chimaev's performance in longer fights, particularly given the 5-round format of their matchup.
The same story is being said across the board, is that Khamzat falls off, Khamzat's tired, Khamzat gasses, so we can only assume that he's doing, especially because it's a 5-round fight, this fight, is that we can only assume that he's doing everything in his power to come in, efficiently pace himself, and he's going to be, good for the entire 25 minutes. So I'm expecting I'm expecting a Khamzat that can go 25.
Whittaker's comments reveal his strategic mindset as he prepares for Chimaev. By acknowledging the concerns surrounding Chimaev's endurance, he emphasizes the importance of pacing and conditioning in a fight that could test both fighters' limits. Whittaker is anticipating that Chimaev will be well prepared to handle the demanding nature of the bout, indicating his respect for Chimaev's abilities while simultaneously preparing himself for any challenges that may arise in the octagon. Another respected fighter, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, also offers an intriguing perspective. Known for his striking expertise and understanding of the technical aspects of the fight game, Thompson emphasizes the significance of Whittaker's takedown defense, which he believes could be a major factor in the outcome of this fight. Thompson sees this matchup as a serious challenge for Khamzat Chimaev, especially if it remains standing. Stephen Thompson said, "I think that's a very tough fight for Khamzat. I mean, Robert Whittaker has got some of the best takedown defense in the 185 division. I mean, when you go 10 rounds with Yoel Romero and keep the fight standing, oh my gosh. I mean, that's a feat on its own." Thompson highlights how Whittaker's past battles with elite wrestlers like Yoel Romero demonstrate his ability to neutralize takedown attempts, a skill that could prove vital against Chimaev. He believes that if Whittaker can force Chimaev to stand and trade punches, it drastically shifts the odds in Whittaker's favor. Thompson continued, "But I do believe that, I think it's a tough fight for Khamzat if the fight stays standing. I think Robert Whittaker's got it. Khamzat's gonna have to keep him down and hold him down in order to win. Now, Khamzat is a very strong guy. I think he's capable of doing that, but I think he's gonna spend a lot of energy trying to do so." The challenge, according to Thompson, will be whether Chimaev can consistently take Whittaker down and control him for the duration of the fight. He draws a comparison to Chimaev's fight against Gilbert Burns, where Chimaev struggled to maintain dominance on the ground. Thompson added, "You go back and watch the fight with Gilbert Burns. He had a very hard time taking down and holding Gilbert Burns down. That was when Gilbert Burns kind of made Khamzat look mortal, you know? At that time, before that fight, he was looking just unbelievable and unbeatable everywhere. But that was the fight that made him look mortal. I think Robert Whittaker, I think he's got a shot at beating Khamzat." In Thompson's view, if Whittaker can replicate Burns' success in keeping the fight competitive, Chimaev could face his toughest test yet. With Whittaker's experience and takedown defense, Thompson believes Whittaker has a real chance of pulling off the win. Chael Sonnen provides a critical perspective on Khamzat Chimaev's endurance as he prepares for his fight against Robert Whittaker. Sonnen's analysis underscores a recurring theme in discussions about Chimaev's ability to maintain his performance throughout longer bouts. Sonnen states, "Chimaev gasses out," and to say that Chimaev gasses is a fair observation. Sonnen's comment emphasizes the importance of stamina in a fight that could extend into the later rounds. By highlighting this potential vulnerability, he suggests that Whittaker may be able to capitalize on Chimaev's gas tank issues, especially given Whittaker's reputation for durability and conditioning. This insight adds another layer of intrigue to the matchup, prompting fans and analysts alike to consider how each fighter's strengths and weaknesses could play a critical role in determining the outcome. As the anticipation builds for the fight between Khamzat Chimaev and Robert Whittaker, Anthony Smith shares his perspective on the matchup, expressing both admiration for Chimaev and concerns about his stamina in longer bouts. Smith, a seasoned fighter, offers a critical analysis of Chimaev's abilities and what Whittaker might exploit during the fight.
I'm a real big believer in Khamzat. I really am. I think the guy's incredible. But if we're just being critical, first round, I think Khamzat can beat anybody across any weight class. I don't give a shit who it is. Anybody in the world he can beat in the first round.
Smith acknowledges Chimaev's explosive potential, but emphasizes that the challenge arises when the fight progresses beyond the opening round. He reflects on Chimaev's previous fight against Gilbert Burns, suggesting that if that fight had gone on longer, it might have highlighted Chimaev's vulnerabilities.
We start getting into second, third, fourth, fifth. I mean,
Yeah.
The Gilbert Burns fight is kind of a perfect example. If that fight goes another 2 rounds, and Whittaker won't get tired. I think that's my sticking point. If he can do lots of big damage early in the first round, second round, and kind of compromise Whittaker early, then I think he can cruise. But we talked about this a couple weeks ago. If he paces himself early, now he's not the Khamzat that we're used to. He's not as effective. So I don't know. I hate to say it. I lean Whittaker.
Smith's nuanced analysis highlights the crucial factor of stamina in this matchup, suggesting that while Chimaev possesses the talent to secure an early victory, Whittaker's endurance and experience may play a pivotal role as the fight unfolds. As the fight between Robert Whittaker and Khamzat Chimaev draws near, the predictions from experts continue to highlight the complexity of the matchup. One of the most insightful perspectives comes from the coach, Visser, who not only understands Whittaker's abilities, but also provides a detailed analysis of Chimaev's weaknesses. Visser's words shed light on Whittaker's adaptability and how Chimaev's recent performances, particularly against Kamaru Usman, may reveal vulnerabilities that Whittaker can exploit. Coach Visser said, "Rob is a fast learner. He learns out of his mistakes. He's dead honest with himself, and that's very, very important in this sport. If you lie to yourself, you're in big trouble." Visser emphasizes that Whittaker's strength lies in his self-awareness and ability to correct mistakes. It's this quality, according to Visser, that keeps Whittaker evolving as a fighter, making him a formidable opponent even after setbacks. He then contrasts Whittaker's sharpness with Chimaev's performance against Usman, hinting at possible gaps in Chimaev's skill set. Visser continued, "That fight against Usman, who's a genuine welterweight, was way too close for me. His stand-up is, in my opinion, suspect. His wrestling, he couldn't do anything with Usman, and Rob's stand-up is phenomenal. His wrestling and his groundwork are awesome." Here, Visser identifies Chimaev's struggles in his last bout against a naturally smaller opponent like Usman, pointing out that Chimaev's wrestling was ineffective while his striking showed flaws. He believes that Whittaker, with his well-rounded skill set, poses a much bigger threat to Chimaev than Usman did, especially in the striking department. Visser added, "I honestly think Khamzat is out of his league. He's got to go back to welterweight where he maybe stands a chance to become something or become a champion. But at this stage, I honestly think Rob beats Khamzat, and I don't think it's gonna be on points. He's going to grind him. Rob's a tough dude, and he's smart, and he's got a smart team behind him." Visser's confidence in Whittaker is evident as he predicts a finish rather than a decision. According to him, Chimaev may find himself overwhelmed by Whittaker's experience and versatility, ultimately leading to a dominant performance by Whittaker. With a smart team and the right strategy, Visser believes Whittaker will rise above Chimaev in this highly anticipated showdown. As more UFC fighters weigh in on the upcoming clash between Robert Whittaker and Khamzat Chimaev, rising lightweight contender Arman Tsarukyan offers a confident prediction about Whittaker's potential to dominate the middleweight division. Known for his own well-rounded skills and fight IQ, Tsarukyan's assessment reflects the high regard many fighters have for Whittaker's abilities and what a win over Chimaev could mean for his future. Arman Tsarukyan said, "He's in shape. And yeah, for sure, I believe he's going to win Robert Whittaker, and after that fight, he can fight for the title. He's going to be a champion for sure." Tsarukyan sees this fight as a stepping stone for Whittaker, not just in terms of securing a win over a rising star like Chimaev, but as a critical victory that could position him back into title contention. In Tsarukyan's eyes, Whittaker's current form and preparation make him a top contender, and a win here would solidify his status as a future champion once again. With Tsarukyan's faith in Whittaker's capabilities, it's clear that many within the sport believe that Whittaker still has what it takes to reclaim the middleweight crown, using this fight as the launchpad for his resurgence. One of the more concise yet powerful predictions came from UFC superstar Jorge Masvidal, who didn't need to say much to express his confidence in the former middleweight champion. Jorge Masvidal predicts the fight with a three-word answer: Rob all day. Masvidal's pick of Robert Whittaker, despite the hype surrounding Chimaev, speaks volumes about the respect Whittaker commands among fellow fighters. With so many seasoned pros backing Whittaker, it's clear that many believe his experience and all-around skill set will prove too much for Chimaev to handle at UFC 308. As fight week for UFC 308 intensifies, Khamzat Chimaev is brimming with confidence ahead of his clash with Robert Whittaker. The highly anticipated bout has drawn attention not only for the skill set of both fighters, but also for Chimaev's recent struggles with illness during training camp. Despite these challenges, Chimaev remains focused and determined, expressing his belief that this is his moment to shine against a former champion. Chimaev makes a bold prediction about the fight, stating, "This version of Robert Whittaker has been one of the best guys, but now it's my time to beat him. I can catch anyone with my takedown. It will be hard for him. I'm going to finish this guy. He's not hungry like me. He's not that kind of fighter like me. It's a big difference." In these comments, Chimaev acknowledges Whittaker's skills and accomplishments, but emphasizes his own drive and hunger to win. He believes that his grappling prowess will be a significant advantage and that he has the tools to finish the fight, distinguishing himself from Whittaker in terms of motivation and fighting spirit. However, Chimaev's path to this moment hasn't been without obstacles. He opens up about his recent battle with illness, detailing how it affected his training camp. Khamzat stated, "We was in training camp. The first month was very good. The last 3 weeks, my immunity goes down. I don't know what happened. All the guys ate the same food, but only I got sick. I was in the hospital for a couple of days. I came out and started training again, and the same shit happened again." Chimaev's transparency about his health issues showcases his resilience. Despite the setbacks, he remained committed to his preparation, even when the doctor advised him to take a break. He also noted, "The doctor said to me, you need to just be off from the gym and not training, not doing nothing. I went home to the mountains." This insight into Chimaev's training camp reveals his unwavering dedication to overcoming adversity. With the fight just days away, Chimaev's confidence is palpable, and he's eager to prove that he can rise to the occasion and defeat a seasoned veteran like Whittaker. As he steps into the octagon, the combination of his determination and preparation will be put to the ultimate test against one of the best in the division. Current middleweight champion Dricus du Plessis recognizes the significance of Robert Whittaker's recent activity in the octagon as he prepares to face Khamzat Chimaev. Having defeated Whittaker to earn his title shot, du Plessis understands the advantages that come with staying active and continuously improving. Du Plessis said, "Rob has been active, Rob has been improving, Rob has been hungry, Rob has been at it. I would put my money on Rob." Du Plessis' confidence in Whittaker underscores the former champion's experience and determination to reclaim his position in the division. With the momentum he has built, Whittaker stands ready to leverage his skills against Chimaev, making this matchup a critical moment for both fighters as they seek to establish themselves as the top contender. Featherweight champion Ilia Topuria, who headlined UFC 308, has strong opinions about the co-main event featuring Khamzat Chimaev and Robert Whittaker. His confidence in Chimaev's abilities sets the stage for a highly anticipated showdown. Topuria says, "Chimaev will crush Robert Whittaker. That's what I think. I love Robert Whittaker, but he'll crush him for real. Khamzat is a beast." Topuria's emphatic prediction reflects the growing belief in Chimaev's potential to dominate the middleweight division. While he acknowledges Whittaker's skills and achievements, Topuria's comments emphasize the intensity and power that Chimaev brings to the octagon, adding another layer of excitement to the upcoming fight. UFC Hall of Famer George St. Pierre offers an insightful analysis of the matchup between Robert Whittaker and Khamzat Chimaev, suggesting that Whittaker possesses the unique style necessary to counter Chimaev's strengths. St. Pierre draws parallels between Chimaev and former opponent Yoel Romero, emphasizing Whittaker's historical success against explosive wrestlers. "Well, if there is a guy that can stop Chimaev, it's Robert Whittaker," St. Pierre says. He also noted, because if you look at Chimaev, we can compare it in a way to Yoel Romero. Romero was a very good wrestler, a very explosive and powerful guy, and Whittaker was the kryptonite of Yoel Romero. He was able to beat him twice, so stylistically, he's very capable of doing the same to Chimaev to make Chimaev look bad. Robert Whittaker has a very unusual style. He's from a karate background like I do. St. Pierre's comparison highlights Whittaker's adaptability and strategic approach, suggesting that his experience and training could give him the edge in this high-stakes fight. By likening Chimaev to Romero, St. Pierre underscores the potential for Whittaker to utilize his own unique fighting style to thwart Chimaev's aggressive tactics, making the bout an intriguing clash of techniques and strategies. As UFC 308 approaches, the anticipation surrounding the clash between Khamzat Chimaev and Robert Whittaker reaches a fever pitch. With experts weighing in, it's clear that this matchup is a battle of contrasting styles. On one hand, Chimaev's relentless grappling and raw power pose a significant threat. Yet, on the other hand, Whittaker's adaptability and striking finesse make him a formidable opponent who has the experience to weather Chimaev's early storm. pros echo a vital concern. Chimaev's gas tank might falter in the later rounds, potentially opening the door for Whittaker to exploit any weaknesses. As fight night looms, the question remains, can Chimaev maintain his momentum against a seasoned veteran like Whittaker, or will Whittaker's experience and tactical prowess shine through? Who do you think will emerge victorious at UFC 308, and what strategies will be key for each fighter? Share your thoughts in comments section.